Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I wanted to do is talk about a topic that is somewhat evergreen, and that is how do you grow your business in the commercial real estate space in 2023 and beyond? And so today's video, I'm going to share 5 key strategies that I've employed in my business to help me grow within my business. And really, knock on wood, based on the things that I've been implementing in my business, this should be my best year yet so far. So in this video, we're going to explain exactly what strategies I've been employing, and hopefully you gain some value from this and can employ some in your own business. Now, before we dive into this video, I would greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help it with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right. So in today's video, I'm going to share 5 strategies that I've employed within my business to help me grow and, ultimately over a period of time, hopefully prosper in the commercial real estate space. So let's dive into each strategy right now. So number one strategy that I've implemented over the course of the last several years that has really amplified people who know what I do in the business, and that is video content. So as you guys know, each week I create a frequently asked questions series. So I answer questions pertaining to commercial real estate. And I've had people in my day-to-day activities ask me questions, or sometimes I just come up with a question myself and then I answer it in a video format. Now, the reason why this is so powerful is because I get to distribute this on all different social platforms and my entire network gets to see it. And not only that, but as more people like and engage with it, people who aren't necessarily in my direct network now have access to potentially see it. And I can't tell you how many times over the last several years that I've had people approach me that I've never met before in my life, but they've seen some of my videos and said, hey, I know that you do commercial real estate, right? And they start talking about that topic. And I've had people reach out to me, and I've done business with people who've reached out to me as a result of me creating video content on a regular basis. They learn about what I do through the videos. They watch several of my videos. And then when I have a conversation with them, it's almost like they already know who I am, even though we've never physically met before. So what I often encourage people to do is to start into a regimen of video content creation. It could be as simple as this, where you just throw up your computer or maybe your phone and just answer a few questions that you find interesting. It doesn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes a week. There's really no excuse for not doing it. I would highly encourage you guys to consider it and distribute it on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the different mediums out there to start getting your name out there. So number one is to create video content that is pertinent to the different types of commercial properties that you specialize in. Number 2 is podcasting. We started a podcast. I started one back during COVID. It started out as a virtual meetup called Commercial Real Estate 101. And then ever since then, I converted the video into a podcast format and distributed it on Anchor, which is a platform that distributes it on Spotify and Apple or whatever else. And so we started getting a lot of traction, in particular the last several months. On average, we're getting between 6,000 and 7,000 downloads a month on the podcast, which is absolutely crazy to think, because when we first released the podcast, I think we were getting like 10 downloads an episode, which is, kind of part and parcel of just starting something new. And so obviously with that has come a lot of people reaching out, and particularly in the commercial real estate space. We've had a lot of younger brokers and brokers that have been in some 5, 10, 15 years in their career that listen to the podcast regularly and obviously gain some value from it. And along with that, I've been able to interview experts across the country. So not only am I benefiting it because I get to learn from these people, and obviously I'm still relatively young in my career. I've been in the business for about 4 years now. So I'm still learning every single day, and I get to interview people who've been in the business for 20 plus, 30 plus years, and their wealth of knowledge is transferred to me. So I'm gaining value from that. But not only that, I'm getting to expand my network. In combination between the Commercial Real Estate 101 podcast and the Commercial Real Estate Academy podcast that I run, we've interviewed 150 plus people. So imagine that's 150 plus people that weren't in my network before. And you better believe that as we start to grow and engage, whenever I'm in these different cities or I have deals that go cross border as far as states are concerned, that's just the network that I have now that I can call up and say, hey, I got a deal that I'm working on over here. And then I could either pair them up and take a referral fee, or potentially, we can work the deal together if it's something that is an investment, for example. So, building your network could also be beneficial from a podcasting standpoint. And again, notoriety, getting out there, meeting a lot of people, and gaining value from the educational content that's provided. So that's number 2 is podcasting. Number 3 is joining organizations, in particular organizations that you're passionate about. It's pretty amazing the business opportunities, and not only the business opportunities, because obviously you're wanting to support a cause that you believe in wholeheartedly. I'm part of various different organizations. I've taken leadership roles in various different organizations because I am truly passionate about helping those organizations succeed. They align with my values and interests. But along with that, you get to meet professionals in the organization. And if you take on leadership responsibility within these organizations, which I highly encourage you do, individuals within the group see that you actually are showcasing your talents or manifesting your talents for the organization. And that helps build trust. It helps build community. And over time, it could potentially lead to business. I've actually had business generated from my involvement in these different groups and taking on leadership positions within these groups. So highly encourage you guys to consider joining organizations that you are passionate about and then taking an active role in joining leadership or, just volunteering on a regular basis, because it really will lead to unique opportunities in the future. So that's number 3, is to join organizations that you believe in and care about. Number 4 is mailers and newsletters. I've actually had a lot of success mailing people, whether that's handwritten notes to people or more mass mailers. I've sent postcards to multifamily owners of between 4 and 100 units, and I did that campaign for almost a year. I probably spent about $10,000 or $11,000 on the actual campaign, but I generated well in excess of $50K in commissions over the course of an 18-month period as a result of those campaigns. So, those are very, very effective ways of generating business. Along with that, I've started creating monthly newsletters that I've created a template, and then I can kind of fill in the blanks to the different things that provide news and education to people about not only Louisville, Kentucky, and Kentucky as a region, but also following some national trends in the commercial real estate economy. And obviously that gets spread on my LinkedIn network. A lot of people get to engage with it. And as a result, people have started to look to me as somewhat of an expert, even though, again, still early on in my career and I'm constantly learning. But again, I put stuff out there that people find value in, and over time, business will come as a result of that engagement. So along with that, I also take some of those newsletters and send them off to specific property types that I'm targeting. I do a lot in the retail space, so I usually send those newsletters to 500 plus retail buildings that I've identified in my local market to kind of educate owners about what's going on in the local economy. And I just recently started that campaign, so I haven't generated business as of yet, but I guarantee you that if I keep doing this over the next few years, it will in fact benefit my business immensely. So number 4 is to have mailers, whether that's more handwritten notes, which are very, very effective, or, something more mass mailing can be very beneficial. And then consider doing a newsletter that you can distribute it digitally, and then also as far as mailing it as well. So that's number 4. And then number 5, the tried and true method, just straight up cold calling. In particular, if you have something of value to offer, I don't ever usually just cold call and say, hey, are you willing to sell your building? I did that when I first started because I really didn't know how to approach the cold calling process, and it wasn't effective at all. Nowadays, what I do is I either have a tenant in my back pocket that I'm trying to identify space for. So I will call shopping center owners and say, hey, I have this XYZ tenant. Do you guys have vacancies in your space coming up? Or if they have a vacancy in their space, I start inquiring about what they're looking for. And then if maybe this particular tenant isn't a good fit for them, maybe I'll say something like, oh, okay, so what types of tenants are you targeting? So I can just keep that in mind as I start interacting with these different tenants. And then you start building rapport with these shopping center owners. And hopefully over time, that could potentially lead to business. Along with that, if you don't necessarily have a tenant in your back pocket or a buyer in your back pocket or anything like that, you can call and share information about a comparable sale or a comparable lease in the area. So for example, if I'm a shopping center owner and I get a call and someone says, hey, my name is Raphael Collazo, I just wanted to give you a call. I'm actually working in this area because, I work a lot in the retail space. And I just wanted to inform you that, two streets down from you, a shopping center located XYZ sold for XYZ. And, again, you're just educating the local populace about what's going on in their local market. And over time, you will build that rapport and that relationship with that shopping center owner. And if ever they have a question about commercial real estate, they'll just call you up and say, hey, Raphael, how's it going? What's going on over here? What's going on over there? And that may very well lead to business down the road. So again, always call with something of value. Don't just call out of the blue and ask for a moment of their time. It doesn't really work. I'm telling you, I've done it many, many times, and it's been not as effective as when I've called and actually shared something of value. Ultimately, you do want to try to ask for the meeting to actually just build, face-to-face interaction, but always call with something of value. It really does make a difference. So hopefully you gain some value from this video. Those are the 5 key tips that I would share with you to help you build your business in 2023 and beyond. If you yourself are looking to buy commercial real estate or sell commercial real estate here in Louisville, Kentucky, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a commercial real estate agent in town. I'd be happy to help you with this. You can reach me at 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at Raphael@grisantegroup.com. Along with that, if you guys like this channel, please like and subscribe. It does make a huge impact on our ability to reach a broader audience. And I just want to make sure that more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.